Casemiro. How do we replace Casemiro? That is the big conundrum this summer. How do you replace a defensive midfielder who is an outstanding defensive shield, but also an outstanding goal threat, who scores the more goals than any other midfielder in the league? He scored 9 goals. 9 goals. Like, how do you replace that? That's what we're going to talk about today. So the candidates that United are looking at to replace Casemiro are Elliot Anderson, Tonali, Tchouaméni, Baleba. Me personally, I'll also add one more, and that person is Ethan Ampadu. I would add him to that list. Yeah, I know. Not a fancy option, but trust me, I'll explain why a little later. So Anderson, probably the top target for the club, but not for me. For me, any player that United targets, I'm not happy with being the second choice. I'm not happy with the player prioritizing another club, and if that don't work out, then I'll have a chat with you lot. I'm not happy with that. But anyway, let's look at it. Anderson, that's the top target for the club. He scored 4 goals this season. Defensively, he's good in defensive duels. His defensive attributes are outstanding. The only thing he hasn't got defensively that Casemiro has is the natural instincts. Casemiro can smell trouble. He hasn't got the positioning that Casemiro has, because that also comes with that instinctive nous that Casemiro has in defensive situations. He also doesn't have that aerial defensive ability that Casemiro has. Casemiro wins a high percentage of his aerial duels, defends the box very well. So he also doesn't have that element. But listen, Anderson's a top player. And out of the possible targets that United are looking at, he has the most goal threat. He has the ability to be box to box. He's got the engine. He's got the ability. He's also got the defensive ability. He wins. He's right up there in all the defensive metrics. So yeah, top player. Just for me, it's this second fiddle thing. It's not for me. Tonali, from what I'm hearing, this is Carrick's top choice. Maybe not the club top choice, but Carrick's top choice to replace Casemiro. He has 0 goals. 0 goals. So he's got everything else is there. Obviously, he's got ability. With his ability as well, he should be scoring more goals. So it makes me question, maybe mentality-wise, how hungry are you? Because Casemiro will sense an opportunity to break into the box and he'll do it. How are you sensing that stuff? When you're playing in midfield, there's things that you don't see. There's things that you have to sense. There's you see the likes of Declan Rice doing performative scanning and checking his shoulders and whatnot. That's very the top. Don't get me wrong. Top players scan. But the top percentage of players, they don't always need to scan. Sometimes they can sense a man on. Sometimes scanning will then give it away the fact that you've got a man on. So you won't scan purposely to make the opposition think that you're unaware, but you are very aware. So yeah, Tonali, great player, but goal threat is non-existent, although it should be with his quality. Tchouaméni, if doable, 1 goal this season. Now, he is the closest thing to Casemiro for me. Again, he's another player that has the ability to score more goals. So he's brilliant in the air. He's like the closest thing to Casemiro. Brilliant in the air, brilliant defensively. Defensive shield, smells trouble, positioning. But what he has over Casemiro is athletic ability. He's quicker, he's stronger, he's taller. Yeah, brilliant. He should score more goals from set pieces, number 1. And he should score more goals in open play, because he's got a good shot on him. We saw that with England. So Tchouaméni's got 1 goal this season. If that's doable, that's the one to do for me, though. That is the replacement for Casemiro. But let's move on. Baleba, he's wanted regardless. Like, he is a Casemiro replacement, you can say, because they play the same position, but he's not looked on as just a Casemiro replacement. He's wanted by United regardless. But yeah, he's got 0 goals this season. So again, no goal threat. He's got good defensive abilities, duels, and He's aggressive, covers ground. He's quick over the grass. He's good in the press. Yeah, I don't think he's quite got to that level. He's still young. He's still inexperienced. So he ain't quite got to that level where he's, you know, smelling danger or putting out fires yet. I think that's something we could see from him in the future. So yeah, 0 goals. So no goal threat. Ampadu, for me, apart from Tchouaméni, is the next most similar. Probably if we're talking just Premiership, he'll be the most like-for-like replacement for Casemiro. But again, 1 goal, no goal threat. But defensively, playing that defensive midfielder position, he's the, like, defensively, I see a lot of the same attributes from Casemiro in him. Again, like Tchouaméni, he's more athletic, he's quicker over the ground. But yeah, he smells it as well. Positioning, putting out fires, just knowing where to be and when to be there. He's good in the air as well. So yeah, I think Ampadu is one that you could get him for half of the Belabor money as well, for a third of the Anderson or Tonali money. So yeah, he's one for me that we should look at. But if we're going overall, who can replace Casemiro? I feel like to replace him defensively. However, there's not really no one. Closest thing to it would be Anderson with 4 goals. There's not really no one that could replace those goals from Casemiro, apart from Bruno G. But the age police are not having it. The age police are not having it. I'm not one of those people. Bruno G. He was also mentioned by Casemiro as someone that would be good for United. Bruno G is the only midfielder that can replace the goal threat of Casemiro. Brilliant all-rounder. He's got 9 goals this season. I don't think he's even played 30 games. But yeah, brilliant all-rounder, passionate, fiery, great in defensive situations, brilliant tackler of the ball, strong, like I said, aggressive, but then on the ball, he's silky, great range of passing, and then he smells a goal. He smells a goal. He smells danger. So yeah, he's a brilliant option for me, but we're not going to look at him because the age police. But yeah, like I said, an outside, you know, someone that's off the radar that we should look at as well as Ampadu. If you can get someone like Ampadu for a cut price, that's your defensive part done. Then you get someone like Bruno G. I've seen reports 60 million to get him out of Newcastle. That would be 100 million spent. Now you've got your goal threat and your defensive cover. That's Casemiro replaced. But if we're looking outside of the Premiership, Tchouaméni would be my out of the whole list. If I could only choose one, Tchouaméni would be my number 1. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you lot think. How do we replace Casemiro? Is it 1 player? Is it 2 players? Is it 3 players? How do we replace Casemiro? Let me know in the comments. Just said it. Out.